Well, everyone, as I said in my last video, I said I was going to do the complete weather radio collection video. So here it is. Now, yes. Now, I did do one where, I do a collection video after I get my 519 and 247A. This one is going to be after I get my running snail and R1650. So yes, let's go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. So, first up is the Radio Shack 12-991.
Snow showers likely. Lows around 11.
Works nicely. This is a very great radio. Honestly, it is literally the king of DXing. So, yeah, I give it that. I give, honestly, a big plus to that. I mean, I highly recommend it, but there's not that many on eBay, so better get it fast. Anyways, moving on. We have the Recom R1630.
Weather, dry. Lightning, no lightning expected.
This is my 6th, I believe, radio that I've ever gotten. Works nicely. Previous alerts and stuff like that. The last alert was the winter storm warning from Thursday, 3:33 a.m. Of course, I didn't get it because I was sleeping, obviously, because, you know how it is. Anyways, Eton SolarLink.
Lows around 20. Highs in the mid-30s.
This is one of the more unique radios because it has a flashlight and it also has an SOS light, where it just blinks red and stuff like that. AM/FM. This is also a crank radio, which is the only crank radio I have in my collection, so yeah. And also has a solar panel. Yeah. Anyways, Eton Zone Guard.
Then temperature, near 0. Average dew points, around 4 below.
This is another unique radio. This thing right here, it glows either red, green, or yellow. Yellow is advisory. The green, for some reason, is watch. And the red is the warning, of course. Yeah. Pretty cool overall. Next up is the more recent models that Midland has made, the Midland WR400.
Highs in the upper 20s. Eastern Catskills recreational forecast.
Yep. Very nice screen. Really do like it indeed. AM/FM. Pretty much just like the WR300 and WR301. Except the only difference is the warning, watch, and advisory is not on the side of the screen. It's above the screen. And the volume thing of, clicking it to turn it off, you have to hold the weather hazard button to turn it off. And then NOAA will disappear. And then NOAA will reappear back.
Average dew points.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's one of the more nice radios. Also, this thing is just the brightness, but doesn't really work in my WR400 for some reason, but I don't even care. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, anyways, here we go. Midland 74200.
Lows around 14. Highs in the mid-30s.
This radio I really have problems with, mainly of it going off for alerts, because for some reason this thing does not like to go off for alerts at times. And the only situation, and the only solution I have, well, it was me setting all the county codes to 0 except for 1, and that one will be set to 9999. Someone told me that in the comments when I made my 74200 video of where I was having problems going off for alerts, but someone told me in the comments to set all the county codes to 0 and then just keep one of them on 9999. that's what I did, and no alerts have been expected ever since I did that. So even with the snow squalls, that snow event that we had like the other day, no snow squall warnings were ever issued. Seriously, this is the last alert that was ever issued. And these unrecognized warnings were from the snow squall warnings. This was back in February 19th. So, yeah. I'm just hoping that that solution that I did works. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on to the Radio Shack 12-247A.
Again, the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time hourly information for the Capital District.
This is one of the 1050 hertz activation radios. Due to having it no screen, it's just the speaker, and that red LED light down there will blink whenever an alert pops up. So, yeah, pretty something. Yeah, it's one of the older Radio Shack radios. It's one of the older Radio Shack radios. So, yeah. It's one of those radios where it's actually hooked up to a plug and it will never disconnect. So, yeah, it's usually, all radios are usually hooked up to like a adapter like that. But this one is hooked up to an actual plug. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on to one of the handheld radios. Oh, and also that thing is just a temperature scanner. It's not really weather radio-ish, but it's still pretty cool. Anyways, moving on to the Midland HH54, aka HH54 VB2.
The capital region tonight, partly cloudy this evening, then becoming mostly cloudy.
This is, again, one of the handheld radios that I have in my collection. This one is honestly the best handheld out of the other two handhelds that I have because it has better reception, and it's, people are saying that it is the better radios with the reception and stuff like that, so, yeah. This was, by the way, the 4th radio that I've ever gotten, so, back in July. I think it was July. Yeah, it was July. Yeah. It was when I started radio collecting. Now look at this. Now look how many radios I have now. Yeah. Alright, moving on to another 1050 hertz activation radio, the Midland WR-10.
5 to 10 miles per hour. Into Frisco, Henry Valley, and higher terrain.
This one surprisingly has AM/FM on it. So that's something pretty unique. Triangle LED thing will flash when an alert comes in. So, yeah. Also, this reminds me of the HH50 where it just, like, it slowly goes, it like, the siren goes, yeah. It's not like an actual siren where, like, it goes, like, yeah, when the beeping is done. Like the realistic weather radio, or Midland 74109, or 105XL, for an example. However, I don't have those because, I mean, I guess I just found radios that were better. I don't know. But anyways, moving on. Capello radio.
Your listening area, Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of snow showers.
This one is another AM/FM radio. Another one of the better receptional radios also. Yeah, this one also has pretty good reception. It's not like 991 level. It's second place 991 level. So, yeah. I still think that the 991 is better reception than the Capello, but I still think, I mean, the Capello it has good reception. It's alright, you know. That's all, I mean, yeah. Anyways, moving on to the recent radio, like a recent radio that I got, the Running Snail MD319.
A chance of snow in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s.
This radio has, well, at least for the older versions of this radio, it has a big major problem with the firmware, where if a long enough header alert pops up, then the firmware, the thing will crash and you'll have to reset it. Luckily, they fixed this on the version 20s, which I have. This is a version 20, and I am so glad. So yeah, so now I won't have to deal with any firmware problems, resetting the radio, none of that. So yeah, it will just be like the other radios, where it just goes off for alerts and nothing happens. It just shows the alert that pops up, and I also like that they have the screen layout as the WR300-301, where it has the date, like the 28th February 2022, all county codes, 7-channel, voice, time, and the button as the WR120 Easy, or 120B, or something like that. So, yeah. Alright, moving on to the Sangean CL100. This is a really nice radio, but this one that I have, the tuner's messed up, because for some reason, if I have it on high volume, just like with the Recom, there will be this weird noise if I have it on high volume. That didn't have this problem until, like, recently. Almost recently. So I keep it on low volume, and it still goes off for alerts at least, so I give it that. Nice screen display as the, kind of like the WR400, but, yeah. And, yeah, that's all I really have about this radio. Also, the speaker quality is super nice on this radio, honestly. So, yeah. Sounds like, someone is, like, talking right into the mic, or, well, I don't really know about that. I don't know how to describe it, but whatever. And it also has AM/FM, so something. Now, my brand new Recom R1650.
Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for northwestern Connecticut, western Massachusetts.
Yeah, this is literally one that I just got almost an hour ago. I did do a review video on this radio, so go check it out if you can. This is basically the successor to the R1630, and it's also the AM/FM version, so, yeah. Not too many differences about this radio, it's just that the only difference is it has AM/FM, more buttons, and so on and so forth. Alright, Radio Shack 12-519.
Tuesday night, especially north of I-90, where some small snow accumulations will be possible.
This one, pretty nice. 2 speakers on the side. Another AM/FM radio. So, yeah, most of these radios have AM/FM in my collection. So, yeah. Yeah, got some nice blue screen. Pretty somewhat antenna. So, yeah. Here we go. Another handheld in my collection, the Radio Shack 12-522.
30s. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts.
This one, honestly, it is good with the backlight and stuff like that and the temperature, but the temperature likes to be all goofy and silly, but I think it's like reading the temperature for like inside the house. So, I don't really need to call it goofy. But, yeah, nothing really much about this radio. Just like the HH, it has travel and home mode, a power button in case if it's not charging, because it really likes to eat batteries like they're candy. That's what a couple of people say about this radio with the batteries, but luckily with the charging, you don't have to deal with that. But, yeah, overall, it's all right. It's pretty good overall. So, yeah. And I also like how it has my other favorite color, which is red. One of the favorite colors, red. Yeah, red and blue is my favorite color. So that's why I got this one. And there's actually a similar radio to this, the 12-259. Basically the same exact thing, except the color is different. So, yeah. But yeah, there was only one of these on eBay, so I decided to get it. So, yeah. And it works nicely. Alright, moving on to the Radio Shack 12-261, which is basically replacing 2 of the Radio Shack radios that I used to have, but were now broken.
cloudy with a 50% chance of snow showers.
Yeah. The reason why I say 2 is because I actually did get a replacement originally, but that replacement broke because the speaker was all muffled up. That would be the 12-521. My bad. Yeah. I have 3 broken radios in my collection. This is a Radio Shack 12-521. This is a Radio Shack 262. And this is a Midland WR100 version 5. This speaker was muffled, so that's why I consider it broken. The speaker on this is just dead and messed up. And the speaker on this one blew up, so, yeah. So I consider those 3 broken. So, yeah.
Chance of snow 30%.
So that is replacing those 2 radios. And, yeah. And the version 5 replacement is this WR100 version 3. Which is basically an older version of the Midland WR100. It's a version 3 where the speaker does not blow up. So, yeah.
Likely in the morning, then rain showers likely in the afternoon.
Yeah. Older NOAA Weather Radio logo. That's why I say that. Yep. And also, the Midland logo looks slightly different as well. And it also has alert monitor on it. So yeah, so you know that this speaker will not blow up on this.
Mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain showers.
Yep, Midland WR100. This is very classic, so y'all should know what this should look like. And, yeah. Anyways, AlertWorks Ear 10.
Here are the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time observations.
Very nice radio. Warning, watch, and advisory on the side. Little screen. Speakers back here. Yeah. Not really much to say about this radio. Well, the backlight, you can change it to high and low. Pretty something. Anyways, and moving on to the third and last handheld of my collection, the Midland HH50 pocket radio. What the heck?
It was clear with a temperature of 11 and...
What the?
Again, the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time hourly information.
I think the batteries are dying on this thing. I'm gonna have to switch those. I'm gonna have to switch batteries on this thing. I think the batteries are dying. That's why it keeps on cutting out. I think the batteries are dying on that thing, so I'll have to switch it. That's all right. Anyways, and the final radio, the Midland WR120 Easy.
And an outlook for the period Tuesday through Sunday. The probability for widespread hazardous weather.
This was the first ever radio that I've ever gotten. And, yeah, and it's also connected to this red strobe light right here. So, that way when an alert comes in, when it gets its alert, when it receives an alert, the strobe light will flash with the siren sound effect. So, pretty something. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much gonna wrap up for the whole video. Yeah, a lot of radios that I will have fun with, especially when they all go off, yeah. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun when every single one of my radios, especially you 74200, go off for the weekly test or something like that. Yeah, the weekly test would be an example because it's coming up in a couple days. And yeah, and we're already approaching March. We're going to be approaching the spring months. Let's go. Severe weather season is on its way. Well, I mean, not just yet for my area because, of course, we live in the northeast side of the U.S., but where we just get a lot of snowy days. And then eventually, probably like in April or something by the time, well, actually, maybe the end of March towards the beginning of April, that's when severe weather season will officially begin for us because the temperatures really rise frequently. So, yeah. But yeah, but this is gonna conclude the video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And comment on which radio you think is your favorite in this entire collection. I'll give you guys a quick look at them before I end the video. So yeah, so as always guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.